Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Scalextric Legends. And in this episode we have got Mr. Red 5 himself, Nigel Mansell, in his 1986 Williams FW11. Take Nigel out on our track, do 16 laps on a pacer setting which has been set as high as we dare, and we'll see what he can do. What a magnificent model this is. Scalextric got this really quite right with the iconic colours of the mid-80s Williams there, the white, the blue and the yellow, and the colour itself looking very, very good considering it's been around a long time now. But this one has been stored, obviously out of sunlight, and is looking quite pristine. It's even got its wing mirrors. So Nigel, Red 5, 1986 was a big year for him. It's the year that he very nearly won the championship. Of course, everyone knows it's only that tyre blowout at Adelaide in the last race of the season which prevented him from winning the championship, and he lost it to Alain Prost in the McLaren. But the Williams was the car of the year that year. Between him and Nelson Piquet, they won an awful lot of races, and Piquet came into the team expecting to be number one, but Nigel had different ideas, and he quickly rose to the challenge and became a championship contender. And it's fair to say there wasn't much love lost between Nigel and Nelson, but that didn't seem to bother Nigel at all, who just got on with it. But it's often been said, if there was a number one or a number two driver in the Williams team that year, they would have been champion. But the Williams team are racers, and we really applaud that. So it was every man for himself. So this model, very easy to put a digital chip in it. It's got quite a large nose section just in front of the driver, and that's where the digital chip sits. So it's an easy one to wire in. And it doesn't handle quite as well as the Williams of Alan Jones, which we tested in a previous episode. It's a little bit heavier, and the rear wing is very, very high at the back. That was the fashion for the Formula One cars at the time. They had so much horsepower from their 1.5 litre turbo engines, well over 1,000 horsepower. They could afford to run huge, what they called barn door rear wings, which were not very aerodynamic, but of course they had so much horsepower they could easily carry it. But the one penalty they had was drag, and drag came at the expense of fuel efficiency. But the Honda engine that year was the most fuel efficient, so Nigel and Nelson won race after race, and Nigel is already on his last lap, as this model doesn't look quite as fast. It looks like it's been slowing down as the laps go on. But let's see what Nigel has done. He hasn't come off, which is always a good sign. And Nigel does the laps in 10.03 seconds. That is very respectable for a late 80s Scalextric car. So Nigel Mansell there does a 10-second lap, and that was a very brief overview of the Williams FW11. And if you enjoyed that, there'll be plenty more to come on this channel, so please consider subscribing and click on the notification button. So until the next time, bye for now.